Morning, friends. Happy Thursday. And if there's one article, there's many, but if there was one that summed up brilliantly the type of people that Meghan and Harry are, it's this one. Prince Harry gives significant sum to a city charity. The guy doesn't even live in the UK anymore, and he's still donating his hard-earned cash. And believe me, whatever you think of Meghan and Harry, you know they work very hard for their money. He's still donating his own money to a charity that resonates close to his heart. Princess Diana all the way through. And in comparison, we have the other side of the family, the billionaire units, the landowners, the people sitting on unlimited time, resources and money that literally go to charities empty-handed. The contrast between doing good, showing up doing good, and showing up when they want to and taking money could not be more real in 2025. And I absolutely urge you, if you're a UK citizen and taxpayer, to write to your MP demanding change. We need a better system that addresses the social status of the UK in 2025 and diverts the money from where it is now, non-working royal family, to where it needs to be, children growing up in poverty. It's as simple as that. Have a brilliant day, guys. Comments are open. Let me know what you think.
Thank you, Martin. And if there's a single report that really captures who Harry and Meghan are as people, just one that cuts right to the core, it's the one about Harry donating a large amount to a local charity back in the UK. The man doesn't even live there anymore. He's thousands of miles away building a new life, and yet he's still reaching into his own pocket to give. Now say what you like about the couple. Opinions are everywhere and everyone's got one. But one thing is clear. They're not sitting around. They work. They hustle. And whatever they earn, they've earned it. And here's Harry, putting some of that toward causes that clearly still matter to him. Causes that echo his late mother's legacy. That connection to Diana. It's still very real. And then, you look across at the rest of the royal family, the ones who've inherited wealth, land, palaces, the ones whose names open every door. They're not struggling. They're not clocking in or out. They've got every resource imaginable, and still, somehow, they manage to show up to charity events with empty hands, ribbon cutting with no real support behind it, public appearances with nothing tangible given. There's such a stark difference, one side stepping forward and giving something real, time, money, energy, the other side just showing face, doing the bare minimum, yet reaping all the rewards. And in a time like this, in the UK, 2025, that contrast has never been more obvious. If you're living in the UK, paying taxes, dealing with rising costs, watching local services buckle under pressure, then you know it's time to ask some serious questions. Why is so much public money going to people who aren't doing public service? Why is the system still supporting a structure that's barely giving anything back? We need to rethink this. We need a system that reflects the current reality, not the history books. The money that props up the non-working royals, that could and should be going to food programs, mental health support, school meals, shelters, real people, real needs, real change. That's where people like Harry stand out. He's not required to give, he's not even there anymore. But he gives because he wants to, because he sees the value, because he still believes in doing what's right, even without a title or duty forcing his hand. And when people see that, they notice. One popular voice that chimed in recently was a creator known for his commentary. Clever, sharp, with a big following. Martin made a video that struck a chord. Talked about how Harry, despite the distance, is still actively involved. Not just writing checks, but bringing attention to mental health, to veterans, to climate efforts. Putting in work, even from abroad. He pointed out what a lot of people have been thinking. How incredible it is to see someone still committed, still caring, even when he's got every excuse not to be. That's not PR, that's character. And the message spread, fast. People shared it, commented, discussed. Because that kind of action, It resonates. It reminds us that you don't have to be in the room to make an impact. With the internet, with the tools we all have now, anyone can back a cause, raise money, amplify a voice. And that's the real story here. Philanthropy isn't about just turning up anymore. It's about showing up in a real way, being informed, being present, even if that presence is digital. And the power of that, it's massive. There's a whole new generation watching how this plays out. They see who actually puts in the effort. They see who just shows up for the photo op. And they're starting to act on it, supporting the ones who mean it, ignoring the ones who don't. And this creator, he got people thinking, what can I do? How can I use my time, my voice, my network to support something good? You don't have to be a duke or a duchess. You don't need millions. You just need to care enough to do something. And that's where we're headed. A world where generosity doesn't have to be grand, but it does have to be real. And people are waking up to that. They're looking for authenticity, for impact, for action that actually helps people. That's the bar now. And that's what Harry seems to get. He's not perfect. No one is. But he shows up in a way that matters. And he keeps doing it. Quietly, often. No press release needed. Meanwhile, others in the royal sphere, those born into everything, still manage to walk into rooms meant to spotlight suffering and leave without lifting a finger. It's tone-deaf, it's outdated, and it's time we call it what it is. If you're a UK citizen, there is something you can do. Speak up, write your MP, demand that taxpayer money supports people who actually support the people. Kids who can't afford lunch, communities that need housing, schools that need supplies. That's where the money should be going. We need a better model. One based on merit, action, purpose, not on bloodline. This isn't about disrespect, it's about accountability. At the end of the day, people like Harry are showing a different way, a better way. You don't need a crown to lead. You need a conscience. You need compassion. And he's showing that, loud and clear. So, I'd love to hear what you think. The comments are open. Let's have a real conversation. Let's talk about what giving back should look like in 2025. Let's keep this energy going. Thanks for watching, take care, and let's keep pushing for better.